Welcome to Slender for Good. It's Ginny Trierweiler here to talk about why dieting doesn't work. It's super important to understand this. We've heard our whole lives that weight loss works by manipulating the calories coming in or the calories going out. We should eat less or exercise more or both. Most of the weight loss plans that we find out there promote this idea in one way or another. And it might have seemed to work in the past. It did for me for like 20 years. But not anymore, not in the long run. And we end up feeling like we're failing at this. Like I start out pretty well, but then I get hungry and I struggle to resist treats. Like if only I had more willpower, I could get the dream results. Look, this is not our fault. It's not that we need to try harder. We need to abandon the failed approaches so we can find an approach that works for our body. Did you know UCLA researchers looked at all the studies that followed dieters all the time, and they concluded when you look at it a year down the road, 2 years down the road, 3 years down the road, weight loss diets do not produce lasting weight loss. They just don't. In fact, they concluded that doing a weight loss diet is the best predictor that you're going to gain weight over time. So let's stop the madness. Weight loss diets are an unsustainable approach. People talk about it like we are overfed and undernourished in these times. So let me tell you a little bit about what that means. We eat far too much of the highly processed, non-nutritious food-like substances. Even those of us who are smart and well-read and don't think we eat a lot of those things, we're eating far more of those than we realize. It's about 73% of our diet on average. And that means we're eating far too little of the real, whole, highly nutritious foods. On average, less than 30% of our diet can be considered highly nutritious. In other words, we are living in a low nutrition environment. And the human body, along with other animals, evolved to solve this problem. Now, there's at least 4 ways it does this. It changes the hormones that tell us whether we're hungry or we're satisfied. So that makes us hungry so that we'll keep eating to get more nutrition and we'll survive. Our bodies drive up cortisol in this kind of situation. It keeps us anxious and driven and sleepless so we can keep seeking food until we get more nutrition. It also changes our insulin functions so our body will store excess fat so we will survive this low nutrition situation. And it slows down our metabolism so we don't burn too much energy even when we're resting. So this is happening to the human population everywhere the processed food diet has proliferated. It's the same thing that happens to other animals experiencing low nutrition environments and animals getting ready to hibernate. They get hungry and anxious and driven. They store more fat, their blood pressure rises, their blood sugar rises, and they burn less calories even when they're at rest. So this is where the human population is starting in these times. And then we decide, I don't like this excess fat, and we go on a diet. So we eat even less. This provokes our body to ramp up those metabolic defenses even more, to make us hungrier, to make us more anxious, and to make us store even more fat. It's no wonder we're getting terrible results. This is an utterly unsustainable approach. Can you tell it makes me passionate? Let's stop doing unsustainable approaches altogether. I really want to encourage you to seek a truly effective, a more natural, a more sensible, sustainable approach instead. And the first secret is we have to start by eating more highly nutritious foods, a lot more. And it would be a lot more natural for us to eat closer to 100% highly nutritious foods. Stop trying to force your body to release excess weight. Learn to make it happy instead. It's gorgeous. I discovered such a natural, healthy way to reset your weight to a natural, slender weight. And it's a way that many of us have found reverses that whole problematic metabolic picture. Weight loss does not have to be hard when you stop using ineffective, unsustainable approaches. Take care.